There we go. We're in the thousands, and we're clearing. We're clearing. We're clearing. I'm out.
Order filled.
Oh yeah. W trade. W trade. I like that. I like that. That's a good close, bro. I like that. I'll take it. I'll take it. I wanted a little bit more, but we'll take that, bro. W setup, bro. W setup. Oh my gosh. What's going on, YouTube? It's Jordan back with another video, and today I'm giving you guys another trade breakdown of the setup we took this morning. We started another funded challenge, so this is, I believe, technically day 2, but I'm gonna put day 1 on the title. So we wanted to start a journey of basically just us attempting to pass a challenge in a new prop firm and get funded. So I wanted to go ahead and make this a little series of basically a prop firm challenge, all the way from passing it to getting a payout, seeing if we can get a payout on this specific prop firm. I'm trading with Take Profit Trader, and our goal is to get funded. So I'm going to start recording basically our trade breakdowns of this specific prop firm and everything like that. But I wanted to go over the breakdown that we took this trade this morning. It was amazing. Beautiful. Like I said, when it comes to daily profiles, it's 3 daily profiles that you can trade. Today was our New York OTE daily profile, and it worked like magic. Literally saw it from a mile away, and we executed clean on it. Even if we didn't get the first take profit, you seen it literally came right back and even dropped a little bit more for us. So I'm going to go over the setup for you guys, and I hope that you guys do enjoy this video. If you have any questions, make sure that you hit my socials or type down below, and I'll feel free to explain anything if you guys may have any questions. So let's go ahead and get to the trade breakdown. Right. So I'll use this. I'll use NQ because I think this is a lot more cleaner. So one thing that I look at, like I said, what I usually trade is accumulation, manipulation, and distribution. I add that in with daily profiles. So the biggest thing that I looked at was basically knowing that we might have gotten a setup either today or tomorrow for a distribution setup, just based off of what Monday did and what Tuesday did, right? So we see how Monday created our range. Usually for our not only do we trade daily profiles, but we also trade weekly profiles. I'm not gonna go too deep in it, but usually once we see like Monday accumulated, as you guys can see, Tuesday manipulated, taking Monday's high range, and today I was looking for distribution, or sell side liquidity would be Monday's low range. So we created the range on Monday. We swept the top of the range on Tuesday, and then Wednesday we distributed to the opposite direction. So that's accumulation, manipulation, distribution. My bad if that sounds like a terrible explanation of it, but as you guys can see right here, we had the range, we swept it, we distributed to the sell side liquidity. So my bias for today was always going to be bearish, but it was like, how was I going to actually get into the trade? So going into New York, what I always say on these videos is look at what London did, right? What did Asia and London do? So we seen that Asia began to create this range, right? We started to consolidate around 3:15, which is a key time, which is 3 to 4 is a key time during London session. Make sure that you guys take notes on that. We ended up sweeping the Asia high, right? This created our high of day, right? And we ended up pushing lower. So right here, we have our standard London manipulation, New York distribution, or basically continuation. Sorry, I'm all in a mix with saying these words. But we've seen how price had actually swept the high and pushed lower. Now for us who trade this kind of style or daily profiles, a lot of people wouldn't be sure if this will actually be a true manipulation. For me, I went ahead and took a look at at ES, sorry. I took a look at ES and it actually made the same thing and it was a lot higher. So I was more confident in that being our sweep of Asia high range and to push lower, right? So now that I know that we already took the high out, we already manipulated, I'm looking for New York to be our New York OTE or our New York continuation, right? The good thing that I've seen happen a lot of times, and this just comes with journaling, is that 930 can provide an entry model for you when it comes to the New York OTE. When you get really good at daily profiles, you can trade the equity open versus, let's say, if you usually trade the 950 to 1010 macro, right? So me going into the New York session, right? As we can see that the our order flow, our bullish, our bearish order flow, all of our lower highs was continue after this sweep. All of our lower highs was continuing to be respected. Right here, we had another sweep. Once we took out, we got into this key level, we created another breaker, making another sweep, and we continued to push lower. So nothing was showing me that we were having any type of bullish order flow. Nothing indicated any type of reversal. So my bias was already bearish. Another thing that I looked at was also our order flow. Everything made sense for us to be looking at lower prices. Getting into 930 or heading into that 930 time frame, one thing that I looked at was we made this breakaway fair value gap. Not only did we get this breakaway fair value gap, we also got the breaker, which was a high, low, higher high, lower low, right? So I'm taking all this into consideration, like, okay, now when price opens up during the equity open, which is the 930 open, my setup or what I had planned on was for price to push above into the breaker or the fair value gap and look for an entry to the downside towards the sell side liquidity. That was always my plan going into this morning setup. So what actually ended up happening, which was pretty good, was, let me go down to the 1 minute. As you guys can see, we consolidated a little bit here. Right here at 930 open, we opened high, low, close, which I always say, look at these candles and how they form. Once we did an open high going into that breaker, for me personally, I didn't care if we got into the fair value gap or the breaker. As long as we got in there, I was getting in the market. As long as I had good risk management, which I only had on MNQ, I used 5 contracts. So literally, I took it right at the breaker. My stop loss was right above this high. So literally 111 ticks, that's around $250 using 5 micros. So that was a perfect underneath 1% for me. I was comfortable taking that trade. So stop or take profit was all the way towards basically that Monday's low range, right? Monday's low was, I believe, right here actually, but I took it a little bit beforehand just because just how price was looking. I think we had all these equal lows and I wasn't sure if price was going to give us all the way towards this specific low. So I wanted to make sure that I had something secured, right? So once we started to push price lower, once we got to enter in on the market, you can kind of see how price started to consolidate. But usually for any trader, and I go through this myself, price does this and it scares a lot of traders out. A good thing psychology wise for me was looking and understanding we need to know how to reprice. What is price still doing even after this sweep? We're not breaking any bearish order flow. We're not coming above. We're not taking this high out after we swept. We're continuing and we're making equal highs, right? We're making equal highs. Not once did we take any of these highs out and made any breaker model to reverse. Nothing has indicated for me to get out of this trade. Nothing has indicated for me to worry about going the opposite direction. Now, if price was to give us some sort of breaker, right, and we came above this high, above that fair value gap, then yes, I would be looking towards basically a reversal. But like I said, the daily profile was so strong, or I was so confident in the daily profile. Like I said, I held true to that entry. I didn't close out early or anything like that, and we just held. It took a minute from 9:30 all the way to 10 o'clock. And we consolidated, and we finally ended up pushing underneath underneath this little zone that we had, and we got right down here, right down to the tick, and we went ahead and we closed our profits out on this trade. Overall, I made around $1,000 off of this on 2 accounts, so that's what, 2K for the challenge. So right now we are up 2%, 2% on both prop firms, or both prop firm accounts. So that's really good. If we didn't have that 50% rule, I would have held this for sure, because I already knew that we were going to have a distributing day and we were going to tank. Literally, I called that in my Discord a little bit earlier. And as you guys can see, once we got down to this key level, we came back to retest one more time. Once again, we have not broken any bearish order flow. All we did, literally all we did, was create another turtle soup to get back in the market right here at 1040, or right at the beginning of the macro. So even if we didn't find the entry here and we came back into this, if I'm understanding that we are in a New York OTE, I'm treating it, I'm not looking for the reversal. I'm not looking to buy down here, right? Once again, we got another good setup. High, low, higher, high, lower, low, creating another breaker, right? And these are key to look for. Not only did we create a breaker, we had 2 fair value gaps, right? And even if you weren't able to, let's say, catch the inversion fair value gap that was created right here, and I'm gonna make this color a little bit darker so you guys can see. You could have caught the regular fair value gap wick entry here as well. So this would have been my second entry. If I wasn't able to catch this, or we got stopped at break even, I could have caught the inversion fair value gap entry right there, stopped right above the high, targeted sell side liquidity again, and that could have been another pretty good entry, right? So entered right there at the close of that candle, inversed this fair value gap, creating another fair value gap, which was actually used as a breakaway gap. You could have used this as an entry, could have got in there as well. 328 ticks, that's 82 points. That's a good setup. But overall, we caught us 100 points on this trade. This is a beautiful setup. Right now we're in profit on our prop firm, and I'm taking it. So I want to document this series, basically showing you guys how long it takes for me to get past a prop firm, and also how long it's going to take for us to either blow the account or get us some payouts. The goal is to always get payouts, but if we blow the account, it is what it is. It's a good experience. It's a good way to document my journey into profitability and everything like that. But overall, this was a good setup. Like I said, bearish order flow. My confluences for this trade, we were already in bearish order flow. Higher time frame alignment. Our PD arrays were respected, and we just went ahead and we took that entry based off of a breaker model. Everything made sense for us to take this trade. So if there's any questions on basically what I look for, if you guys want me to go and create an daily profiles video, let me know. AM Trades, he has a really great video explaining daily profiles. But if you guys want a video from me, let me know. But that's all I trade now. For this specific challenge, I'm not going to trade Asia. I'm specifically only trading New York. to pass this prop firm. I like trading Asia. That's personal live accounts. I think I like trading it with just personal live. But as far as passing these prop firms, New York session only, New York AM, and I'm looking for a daily profile. Once I indicate the daily profile and it aligns with the higher time frame, I'm there, bread and butter. So New York OTE, man, learn it, study it, look for it, and you'll be straight, bro. So if you guys have any questions, let me know in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a thumbs up for your boy. Hit me up if you have anything. My socials are linked below, and I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.